What's up, y'all? I'm super hyped to talk about one of my personal favorite Pokemon, Lokix, and the buffs and changes I gave to them in my ROM hack, Pokemon Scrambled Scarlet. If this is your first time viewing my channel, if you're just clicking on this video and you got it recommended, welcome. Shout out to you. Leave a comment down below if you're a new viewer from this video. Um, really important stuff I want to get out of the way at the beginning. Check the description down below. There is a link to this Google Sheet where you can look at all of the changes for yourself. It's all organized very thoroughly into all of these categories that you can look at all of the crazy, all the new stuff in the hack. Another important feature is that there is a playlist in the description as well that is essentially a bunch of videos that explain more in depth how the hack is balanced, how the hack is intended to be played, and just all the information you really ever want to know about the hack at this point in development. So give those all a look/listen. You can also join my Discord. I highly recommend you do that. And yeah, leave a comment down below if you are new. With that being said, though, I want to actually talk about the buffs and changes for Lokix. Again, one of my favorite Pokemon. Definitely like in my top 1, 2, 3 favorites from Gen 9, but honestly, Gen 9 has so many sick ass Pokemon, it's hard to pick. But yeah, Lokix, Bug Dart, very unique dual type combo. One of my favorite dual type combos as well, personally. But Sharpness is one of the bigger things here. Of course, they do retain Tinted Lens. Because I was unable to do type chart edits for this hack, Bug is relatively, obviously it has some good neutral coverage, but it's also resisted by a good amount. So, on the very rough niche occasion where you'll actually want like a Tinted Lens first impression or something, you can use it. However, they do get a good amount of coverage now, so it's not as necessary. And they are very fast, especially when you consider Unburden and how that's buffed. So yeah, Unburden is, this is the wrong link. Why did this link to... Oh, I clicked Sharpness, that's why. Yeah, so what? Why is this not link? Okay, the range isn't defined properly, so I'll fix that. Oh, no, it is defined properly. It just takes you to the top. Okay, so yeah, Unburden is buffed. Basically, mostly because of Quick Claw, but there's also other stuff to it. And also in game, it's very predictable and easy to get Unburden going. At the very end of the game, you even have stuff like Finishing Blow, which gives you +3 attack when you knock something out. It's also boosted by Sharpness. Speaking of Sharpness, all of the moves on this list that are underlined are Sharpness boosted, including things like First Impression and stuff, because in my opinion, at least when a Pokemon with Sharpness, like fucking Cleaver or whatever, uses First Impression, they can use their Sharp bits, I guess, is what you would call it, but, yeah, sorry, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. Yeah, tons of Sharpness boosted moves. So you've got, stuff like Night Slash, X Scissor, as well as coverage like Laceration, Aqua Cutter, Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade. I even reached a couple moves like Blaze Kick. He's got other good coverage. Creeping Strike is priority. Bug type Quick Attack. Fury Swipes with loaded dice is very strong with Sharpness. That is a 150 base power with 4 hits for Fury Swipes. With loaded dice, and you're fast enough to actually reliably run loaded dice, so that's a good option. It's even stronger than Night Slash, although Sharpness Night Slash with Scope Lens is stronger, and at that point you may as well run Scope Lens. But Fury Swipes has the benefit of breaking sashes and whatnot, so that's really good. Even Nimble is great. So Unburden, like I said, you have that buffed Quick Claw, so you can slap on Quick Claw. However, keep in mind there is item claws intended, so essentially if you use up your Quick Claw on Lokix, you can't use it on somebody else who might need it more. So you can also take advantage of other Unburden strategies. Simple stuff like Endure, Lychee Berry Unburden is great in game. Very easy to trigger against AI. You can get that going, get +1 attack, +2 speed. Also, Unburden allows you to invest into your bulk more because obviously Lokix is very fast, and in game, you don't need to hit crazy speed tiers like outspeeding a fucking Scarf, Dragon Ball. You don't need that's not a booster, Valiant, all that like competitive brain shit is not a factor in game. So the speed tiers are don't need to be nearly as high as they are in competitive. So 122 speed with Unburden might seem like overkill in game. However, there are going to be things that are going to outspeed you, especially if you don't get a plus speed nature. So having that Unburden to outspeed those things without having to run Scarf. Obviously, Scarf Sharpness is great in game as well. However, again, item claws, you might need to run your Scarf on somebody else for that boss fight, so that's where the use cases for Unburden and stuff comes. And then again, Tinted Lens is pretty niche, but once in a while I could see it being useful. Also, I just felt kind of sad removing it, especially when I have 3 ability slots. I wanted to give them Swiftness, but a lot of Pokemon are planned to have those types of abilities, like Swiftness, Elegance, and even like Psychic Surge, all these like priority immune abilities. So, Dazzling, etc. They're pretty abundant, so I didn't want to add to that list. I don't want to make the list even bigger. However, Nimble does have swiftness, which is incredible, especially in the early game, and it also fits them really, really well. Nimble also has hustle, which, you know, fits their whole enthusiastic, like, jumping around type of vibe. And the beautiful thing with hustle on Nimble is that with you get wide lens at the beginning of the game, and with wide lens, none of their moves will miss anymore with hustle. So you can run 62 base attack with hustle is like, I think it's like 110-ish. It's strong. It's very strong. Obviously, sharpness at 112 is incredibly strong as well. You've even got like stuff like Cecil's Edge late game and Sacred Slash and all these other, Brutal Blade, all these really strong sharpness moves at the end of the game. Even Night Slash is very, very powerful. And of course, I already listed all the coverage moves: Cross Poison, Jagged Edge. You've got Water, Psychic, Grass, Steel, all this good coverage that you can teach whenever you want with that infinite move relearner. But Wide Lens is still a good option. All these moves here, Triple Axle, Megaton Kick, Gong Shot, those all High Jump Kick, and Dive Bomb. All of those are inaccurate and require Wide Lens, which is good. I mean, it's fast enough to be able to actually slap on a Wide Lens and land those attacks guaranteed. And yeah, Hustle's great on Nimble. Swiftness is incredible early game. Obviously, Nimble's very frail, as it should be. I mean, look at it. However, it is it's very strong and very, very fast for early game as well. I see it being extremely fast just looking at its design and how it moves around in the game and stuff. You've also got a couple moves that don't miss with Hustle, period, meaning you don't even need to run Wide Lens. Things like Creeping Strike, Extreme Speed, Flail. Flail is very fun with Hustle, Endure, because you're so fast, right? You can run Flail, Endure, Lychee Berry, Hustle with 200 base power and just go crazy. You got strong coverage like Bounce and Double Kick and Assurance for early game as well. So yeah, Nimble's great. Nimble's really cool. I like Nimble. And then obviously Lokix is just the GOAT. I think I've covered like Loki everything I really need to talk about. Like Sharpness, I don't think I need to explain why that fits, because it just does. I mean, look at him. A couple of these moves might seem weird. Again, Blaze Kick is kind of a reach, but honestly, I was actually against it. But I asked two of my friends, and they're like, "Fuck it, give him Blaze Kick." And I was like, you know what, sure. He does have like those anime type vibes, so it's cool. It's cool coverage. Also, if you like RNG or Terra types and get like Terra Fire, that'd be fucking sick. Same with any of these. If you RNG or Terra and you get like Steel or Water or Psychic, like that's so cool. I love shit like that, like Rock, Poison, all these cool types that you could get. Any type is useful, of course. Literally any Terra type is useful on this guy, but that's another fun aspect of it. Yeah, again, all the sharpness moves are listed. Unburden, very, very good for sweeping, although keep in mind there will be a good amount of anti-setup stuff put into place, although it still might end up being a little bit OP, especially, again, at the end of the game with that finishing blow, which is why it's such a late move. Wicked Blow even for stuff like Unburden sets. Obviously, that can't be used 2 times in a row, so Night Slash with Sharpness is the same power as Wicked Blow without the Scope Lens. However, with Scope Lens, Night Slash is 180 base power because it's a 50% crit rate. And again, you can see all those moves here on the list. If you click them, it'll show you all of the Sharpness boosted moves. Yeah, I think I've really covered like everything I want to talk about with him. He's great. I mean, he's a little bit bulkier than I wanted him to be, but my friend was pushing me to do the 500 BSD, just so that way Spite Ops can be 500, because I wanted them to match. Like, for example, they have the same base HP now, and their stats like follow the same pattern, like 112, 102, 82, 102, 36, 36, 77, 87, 122, 102. You get the idea, right? Now the format got messed up. But yeah, I wanted them to kind of be like these rivals, hence why Spite Ops is also dual type now. I just think it fits for them to be like kind of a duo of some kind. Evolving at level 22 means that you can use Nimble's great. Like I said, I already covered that Nimble's great. I mean, 62 attack might seem low, but again, with Hustle, it's very strong with that Wide Lens. And again, it's fast enough. For early game, like you're about to be almost everything. So you can slap on Wide Lens and get that boost for free. And then, of course, like I said, there's moves that don't miss. But yeah, if you look at the level caps, you've got the first Nomona battle, Carmine, Kieran, the first boss, second boss, third boss, and fourth boss, and then it evolves by the fifth boss. The fourth boss. You get the idea, all right? It evolves for the fourth major boss, but of course there's still DLC stuff and all these other things. So yeah, again, Swiftness great when everything early game has is going to be using a lot of priority, especially early on. Not honestly, it's actually not going to be like that anymore because there's so many TMs available but 0 badges now that most things, won't have that much priority. But when it does have it, it's very good to have being immune to that, especially early on, like the first couple gyms or first couple rival fights. Having that swiftness is great, and I also like that turns into Unburden, and I also like that both Lokix and Spite Ops share Unburden. I think that's a cool little rivalry between them as well. Not only do their stats mirror each other in the typings, but also Unburden. So yeah, thank you for listening. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Let me know if you listened this far into the video. Shout out to you if you did. Peace.